Welcome to Muffed. What a year. This is the Chargers 2025 season in review. Muffed! The Chargers finished 2025 at 11-6, claimed back-to-back playoff berths for the first time since the late 2000s, then hit a wall in Foxborough, 16-3 to the Patriots in the Wild Card. The arc was a tale of two units stitched together by tape and ibuprofen, a defense that hardened into a real problem for opposing quarterbacks, and an offense that spent most of the season trying to keep Justin Herbert vertical behind a chewed-up offensive line. The high was sweeping the Chiefs for the first time since 2013. The low was the Week 17 home loss to Houston that handed the division back to Denver and dropped them to the 7th seed. By January, you could feel the offense gasping for air, and the Patriots simply finished the job. Now for the team-level portrait. The Chargers scored roughly 21.6 points a game while allowing 17.4, a positive differential built more on prevention than production. Their offense posted a total passing expected points added of minus 33.9. The defense allowed minus 50.3, and on that side of the ball, the big negative is the good kind. Signaling a top quarter pass defense year, they converted 46% of third downs on offense and held opponents to 36% on defense, both top 10 marks. This team won the situational chess match almost every Sunday. The floor cratered hard in losses. 3 in Denver in Week 18, 6 in Jacksonville in Week 11, 10 against Washington in Week 5. But when things clicked, like the 37 hung on Minnesota in Week 8 or 34 on Dallas in Week 16, the offense looked like a real one. Call it a consistent contender with an unstable ceiling. Now let's talk about the passing offense. The headline is brutal and simple. 60 sacks allowed in 17 games. That puts Herbert among the most punished quarterbacks in football, and it shows up everywhere in the data. The unit averaged 232.5 passing yards a game with a per-play passing expected points added of minus 0.05, the 22nd percentile league-wide, a bottom third passing operation by efficiency despite a quarterback playing at a top 15 level. Herbert was the lone life raft. 3,727 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, a completion percentage above expectation of plus 3.1, and another 498 rushing yards manufacturing offense with his legs. The receiving room was a true committee. Keenan Allen with 81 catches for 777 yards and his historic 1,000th career reception. Ladd McConkey at 66 for 789. Quentin Johnston breaking out for 8 touchdowns on 51 grabs, but no one cracked 800 yards because the line couldn't hold up long enough to push the ball downfield. Boom or bust, with the bust mode driven by a patchwork front. Joe Alt's season-ending ankle injury and Herbert's late left-hand issue turned a shaky unit into a survival drill. Now let's dig into the rushing offense. The ground game was the offense's quiet competence. 2,083 rushing yards, 122.5 a game, a total rushing expected points added of plus 8.5, and a 72 ND percentile finish league-wide. Rookie Omarion Hampton was the story when he was upright, 545 yards on 124 carries in just 9 games, 4 rushing touchdowns, and a rush yards over expected of plus 168, meaning he generated 168 more yards than an average back would have on the same carries. Steady floor in wins like Week 16 over Dallas and Week 13 over Vegas, but it disappeared in the lopsided losses when the script went sideways. Still, in a season where the passing operation was constantly under duress, the run game was the one offensive unit that didn't get muffed. Next up, the pass defense. Jesse Minter's group was the spine of this team, a total passing expected points added allowed of minus 50.3, a 75 PF percentile finish paired with 45 sacks and 21 takeaways, both top third in the league. They allowed just 16 passing touchdowns all season and held opponents to a 36% third down rate, an 88 PF percentile stop rate that effectively shortened every game. The unit's identity showed up in Week 14 against the Eagles. Overtime, Jalen Hurts driving, and Tarheef still picked off a deep ball at the 1-yard line to flip the game, one of 3 Hurts interceptions that day. Over the final 3 regular season games against the Raiders, Eagles, and Chiefs, the defense produced 11 sacks, 7 interceptions, and allowed just 15 points a game. This wasn't a boom or bust group. It was the steady hand that kept the Chargers in nearly every game they played. And the run defense, this is where the Chargers might have been the best in football. They allowed 1,803 rushing yards on 406 carries, just 4.4 a clip, with a total rushing expected points added allowed of minus 29, landing in the 94th percentile league-wide, elite by any measure. The consistency was remarkable. They never gave up a true run game, beating all year, even in the lopsided losses, which were almost always pass game collapses, not gashes on the ground. Teams couldn't run on this defense to control tempo or finish games, which is exactly why Minter's group could bend without breaking week after week. The run defense smashed, full stop. Muffed! The 2025 season MVP for the Chargers is Justin Herbert, 3,727 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 picks, a completion percentage above expectation of plus 3.1, and another 498 yards on the ground, while absorbing 60 sacks behind a broken offensive line. The thing that has to get fixed is that pass protection. 60 sacks and 137 quarterback hits absorbed is a bottom of the league number, and it dragged the entire passing operation into the 22nd percentile in efficiency, despite a quarterback playing at a top 15 level. Red zone touchdown rate also has to climb. 17% on 166 red zone snaps is a 28th percentile finish, and that's points left on the field every Sunday. That's the Chargers 2025 season. Two things before you go. One, if you want this every week when the season kicks off, subscribe to the Chargers feed wherever you're listening. Two, if you want the same treatment for your fantasy roster, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.